All right, let's continue the fire sale. We still have more players that we're trying to trade. There's never enough. There's never enough. The last guy at corner that I wanted to get rid of was Bethel, because he is drastically overpaid for his overall. And we are looking at the Chargers. We are looking at the football team. We're looking for a yellow here. 49ers. The Jets. The Titans. Or the Vikings. Okay, we're pretty much boned. Let's send him over to the Jets, I guess. Well, actually, here, let's look at the corner options. I mean, the Jets it's not as if he's going to help anybody. Chargers don't have a ton of depth. Chargers would actually be a pretty good fit. Second rounder, who says no? I think we should turn the bus around and buy. So Prismatic, we are going to buy, because again, we can't possibly keep all the draft picks we've accrued. We can't possibly. So we are eventually going to flip these draft picks around and get something worth the value. Justin Bethel might be unflippable. Yeah, Justin Bethel's stuck on the team. He's unflippable. So in terms of other players we're looking at moving, we are also looking at moving our left end here, Mr. Henry Anderson. Do the Bills have interest? They apparently don't. Do the Bucks? They apparently don't. Chargers? No. What about the Chiefs? Alright, the Chiefs are up there. Bethel's cap penalty. It can't be that high, but I don't know for sure. The Eagles join the Chiefs on our reduced short list. Packers are out, and the Rams are in. All right, so Kansas City, Philadelphia, or the LA Rams. The Rams at left end currently have Olivier Vernon, and they're trying to improve. Well, Anderson certainly won't do it. It'd give them much-needed depth, though. The Eagles have Brendan Graham and Josh Sweat. I'd say the Rams are in more need because Porter Gustin is there. Bethel on the 7th for a 6th. Yeah, that's true. We could do that to get rid of it. And then for the Chiefs, they have Jarrell Casey, Frank Clark. The Chiefs would actually be a pretty good fit because it's not as if either one of the left ends on the team happens to be dominant. Again, here we're going to look for draft picks just because I don't think Anderson's enough to get a top prospect. Take out the first. What about a second and a third? What about just the second? We'll go for the third from Kansas City. Done deal. So Henry Anderson dealt to the Kansas City Chiefs for a third-round pick. We still got a few guys left on the short list here for this full-sale demolition of the New England Patriots. And we start off with the right ends here of Lawrence Guy and Dietrich Wise. I like Lawrence Guy a lot, and we're going to have to back out again. I like Lawrence Guy a lot, but he is 31. It makes sense to move on from him now, even though he's on a good cap hit. Dietrich Wise, we can find somebody pretty much just as good for about the same price. Why not move on from him, right? Yeah, I mean, we can find somebody, if not better. So in terms of teams that were interested, Chicago has interest in Wise. Denver has interest in Wise. So far, no love for Lawrence Guy. Yeah, TK, you get ready to play. We're going to need you in the field there. So far, all of the interest is in Dietrich Wise. Nothing for Lawrence Guy. Cardinals are completely out. The Colts are in for Wise as well. Cowboys are in for both, which isn't that bad. Actually, were there greens? I think there were. Or were they all yellows? Who's to say? The Jags out on both. And again, this is why we shortlist to try and maximize the value. The Lions are very much in on Dietrich Wise. Seattle also in on Wise, but we're going to rule that out because it's in yellow. I'd rather go to Detroit. Texans also rule them out, and the Vikings will rule them out as well. So if we do trade Lawrence Guy, it would have to be to the Dallas Cowboys. So let's see what we can do. Let's see if they actually really need him. And, I mean, yeah, he'd be an upgrade. An ever so slight upgrade on Gregory. It would make sense. So let's see if we can also move on from Dietrich Wise here. Or not Dietrich Wise, but Lawrence Guy. 3 stars, so a second rounder is promising. Be a little bit less, but I think it'll still be worth it. They don't have a third this year. We'll try for the third next year. Let's try a third and a fourth. I think a third and a sixth will get the job done. Lawrence Guy is off to the Dallas Cowboys. We have $60 million in cap room, and we're not done. This is outlandish. Goodness gracious. All right, so back over then to Dietrich Wise. Again, Chicago was on yellow. Denver was on yellow. Bucks are on yellow. Indy's on yellow. Cowboys, and then the Lions are also on yellow now. Okay, I think like Seattle was there too. I don't remember in full the other teams that needed a right end. Let's take a look. I think, yeah, it was Seattle, which again was a yellow meter. So we're going to have a lot of options for where to send Dietrich Wise, and we'll see if we can pair him with anybody else. Houston's interested, and so is Minnesota. So we'll see if we can pair him with anybody else to maximize the value. That's true. This could be the spot to try and move on from Bethel's deal as well. Is there a team then, aside from Minnesota? Let's go back to the top of the list here. Is there another team that has interest in corners? Chicago doesn't. What about Denver? No corners for Denver. No corners for Tampa. Indy says no. Cowboys don't need corners either. The Lions do not need corners. Seattle,
oh, no. Good for Houston, you. No.
So I think Minnesota. I mean, they're not really interested in Bethel, but they technically need both players. Minnesota could be a pretty good fit here, just to try and again offset that Bethel contract. It's not an abysmal contract, but it's not great. Let's see what we can do. A second and a sixth for Wise and Bethel. How about just a second? All right, it'll be less than a second, but that's okay. We'll take it. Third and a sixth. Just a third. All right, it'll be a third, Bethel, and a seventh in exchange for the Vikings' third-round pick. And that way we get out from underneath that Justin Bethel cap hit. Done deal. So both of our right ends, Lawrence Guy, Dietrich Wise, both gone. I have 4 players left, and I don't know if I'm getting rid of all of them. This next guy is the only guarantee that we're moving on from. And it is our second string defensive tackle, Mr. Devon Godchaux. So, we go to our old friends in Cleveland, who are not interested. What about our friends in Arizona? Not interested. Chargers, not interested. Cowboys, all right. Dallas could be a fit there for Godchaux as well. What about Atlanta? No. Detroit, no. Baltimore, no. Pittsburgh, no. And Tennessee, no. Well, Dallas it is. Dallas is the only real team where we can look to move Godchaux. They want a defensive tackle. I mean, they're pretty weak in that spot, if we're being honest. It would give them too much depth in that spot, but I don't really care about their depth issues. He's the only team we could possibly get him to go to. Fortunately, a second-round pick will be a bit too much. Let's go for 2 fourths and a fifth, because a second and a third are off the table. All right, so 2 fourths, a fifth for Godchaux, and probably a seventh. I think is what we're looking at here. And again, we're going to have draft capital now for the next couple of seasons. There it is. So Godchaux's also out. So the other 3 players are all linebackers. There's a lot of teams that need linebackers, including the Cleveland Browns, although I don't know if we want to negotiate with them anymore because we've basically taken everybody away from them except for Greg Newsome. So the 3 guys are Matt Judon, who is out. Matt Judon's out. Because I want Owusu Koramoah, to play. So Matt Judon's out. Donta Hightower. He's 31 years old. He'll never have higher value than he does now, but it's Donta Hightower. And then Kyle Van Noy, who's also 30. I think we got to get rid of the vets. I think we have to. I don't think there's really any other choice. But we are only on 47 contracts. The minimum roster size is 46, so I do have to go out and sign somebody right now. As unrealistic of a trade day as this is, hey, we're testing things with the new Madden. You know, you guys have seen it with NHL stuff. I've run series where I'm limited on the amount of trades I can make, and this is why. All right, we need some wideouts here. We need some wideouts. So, I think Larry Fitzgerald's still a free agent. Malcolm Butler's a free agent. Do we have any younger options? Is that, is this like the son of the dude that used to play for the Jets? What's Trey Lance's dev trade? I don't know, but remind me to double check in a second, and I have no problem doing that for you really quickly. Are there any dudes put on practice squads that actually have good dev traits? Because if so, we would have been all right. I don't believe the answer is going to be yes. Out of the 23-year-olds, Tristan Jackson. Lance has superstar. There you go. Antonio Nunn's also on normal. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get anybody put down on the practice squad that shouldn't be there. Quez Watkins. Yeah, so we're not going to be... I don't think we're going to be so lucky. Is he Ricky's son? Hey, there you go. So our options then, we can sign Larry Fitzgerald. I'd love to immediately flip him, but Amendola wouldn't come back to New England. I just don't want Larry Fitzgerald to retire on the free agent list. Alshon Jeffrey, Marquise Lee, Adam Humphrey. I mean, honestly, we just need some cheap-ass options. We really do. We sign Grant and Kenny Stills, bring in former Dolphins, so it's like the inverse. Bring back Mohamed Sanu so I can be disappointed again. Miles Boykin is there at 24. Boykin could be worth it. I mean, he's not the cheapest. Sort on salary. Well, the thing is, too, we'd only be looking at one-year options. So I do kind of want some guys that could be half decent. And then obviously, like, I don't like signing free agents and immediately flipping them. So, like, if I sign Larry, we're not going to move on. Actually, let's just do that. Let's sign Larry Fitzgerald. I signed him in the preseason, decided to cut him. Give him a one-year deal, no bonuses. And that way, wasn't Boykin on the team he just gave wide receivers to? Probably. Yeah, okay. So Larry Fitzgerald signs. For the hell of it, let's sign Alshon Jeffrey as well. Again, let's just bring in some vets to take up some cap for the rest of the season. We will absolutely be dropping them at the end of the year. But this gives Mac Jones some, options. It gives him some options, which is pretty much all we're looking forward to. It's just trying to get Mac to develop. So, we look at our final few options here. And again, I think we're moving on from all of these veterans. We are going to start off with Matthew Judon on the left-hand side. Buffalo wants him. Buffalo wants him big time. Cleveland wants him big time, but again, Cleveland's got nothing left but Newsome that we could take him. The Chiefs will rule out because they're on yellow. I want green interest. The Dolphins are in. The Falcons are in. Football team in. Jacksonville. The Jets. The Raiders. The Ravens. The Saints. And the Texans. All of those teams are in. Now to double check with who's interested in Donta Hightower to see if we can package these guys together. For Hightower, surprise, surprise, it's Cleveland. Cleveland actually doesn't want him. The Cardinals don't want him either. Oh boy. We might actually not have an option here. The Packers? Packers don't want him. What about the Rams? The Rams don't want him. We don't really have a dance partner for Donta Hightower. At least that would give us good value for him. Interesting. That might force our hand into keeping Donta Hightower on the team for another year. And then Kyle Van Noy. It's Chicago, no interest. Cleveland has a yellow bar interest, so we could pair him with Judon. The Chiefs are a red bar, so this is interesting. I didn't expect these linebackers to have so little interest. The Rams are a no. The Saints are a no. Seahawks and Steelers. So we're down to Cleveland and Seattle for Kyle Van Noy. Which means we could pair Van Noy and Judon together to go to Cleveland and get Greg Newsome, because Seattle, we're not going to be able to get a prospect just off of Kyle Van Noy alone. So, we've done a lot of business with the Cleveland Browns. I don't think we're done. I think we'll be keeping Donta Hightower as a veteran linebacker on this team moving forward. But we're going to allow the Cleveland Browns to go all in by acquiring basically all of our best players. They have one prospect left that we want. It's Greg Newsome. Why isn't Why It Me launch the game? I'm guessing it's why isn't letting me launch the game? And Dusty, I don't know. Do you have an EA Play subscription for the 10-hour trial? If you do and it's not working, I don't know then. How much can we get? We're looking at Newsome. Sorry about the English. It's all good. Let's go Newsome a first and a second. How far off? Very far off. Okay. Apparently the Browns have just like no interest in trading Newsome, which means we're in trouble. It might just be a deal for Newsome. I tried to play it, said get EA Play, but man, that sucks. That's my only response. I have no idea. It looks like Newsome is the guy in the return for Van Noy and Judon. It's going to be like Newsome in a 6th or a 7th, or maybe nothing at all. But it's the last prospect Cleveland has that we can really get. And they're the best buyer for what we're selling. I don't want to take Newsome away, but we also have shored up their secondary, so we're not leaving them hung out to dry. Van Noy, Judon a 7th. I think it's going to take a 5th. Wow, it's going to take a 4th. I mean, hey, they're making me pay for it. They're making me pay for it. I'm not getting it for cheap. Van Noy, Judon a 4th for Greg Newsome. Still not enough. It's going to be a slightly higher 4th round pick. Done deal. We complete our final trade with the Cleveland Browns. Judon and Van Noy are gone. Donta Hightower is the final player left. Allow me to show you what Cleveland looks like after all of that. Because this team is winning the Super Bowl this year. There's no doubt in my mind. So Cleveland has Baker Mayfield at quarterback. Obviously Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt at running back. Janovich at fullback. Wideouts, I was going to say OBJ, but Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry, and now Jarvis Landry, I can't speak, and now Nelson Aguilar, who we sent there. Tight end, of course, it's Hooper and Njoku. Shaq Mason on the offensive line, which is ridiculous. And honestly, to put him back in his natural position, we'll move him back over to right guard now. They'll still play him. They might have to sign a random left tackle. Seeing Shaq Mason in those colors hurts my soul. But Bitonio, Treader, Teller, and Mason, Jack Conklin. The defensive line, Jadeveon Clowney, Myles Garrett, Malik Jackson. And then linebackers, Matt Judon with Anthony Walker, Kyle Van Noy, so we improved their linebacker core hard. And then at corner, it's Denzel Ward, Jason McCourty, Troy Hill. At safety, Devin McCourty, now with Trey Boston. and John Johnson. That team's going to win the Super Bowl. I mean, we absolutely destroyed them on draft picks and prospects, but they're going to win a Super Bowl. If they don't, they blew it. The last guy that we wanted to get was Donta Hightower. And, I mean, again, we're in a really tough spot here where he just didn't have a market. So I think we're going to keep Donta Hightower around as a real veteran presence on this team. So Ronnie Harrison, who we just picked up in a trade, I have no problem keeping him. 4.7 cap hit for him. Will he accept our initial offer? Yes, he will. So Ronnie Harrison immediately re-signs. Donta Hightower, 2-year deal for the 9-year pro. He wants a little bit more money. J.C. Jackson we're going to keep. $10 million cap hit, but he is a pretty damn good corner who's going to get better, and he wants more money. We might have to reconsider what's going on with Donta Hightower and J.C. Jackson. Jackson costing more than 10 on the cap per season is a little bit rough. So, we'll see. We all know the rules. If you win, who cares? Basically, yeah. So if they win, who gives a shit how much they gave up? They won. Indeed, Frank. I won't be getting to F1 tonight, but we'll still be in the groove with it, I hope. All right, so I need a third quarterback. Running back-wise, we're fine with Damian Harris leading the way. We have our wide receiver core. Tight end-wise, we're good. Could even argue getting rid of Matt Lacoste. Again, I like keeping Henry and Jonnu Smith. On the O-line, we should be okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to technically need a depth right guard in case we don't want to move somebody over. I need to see who's the better right guard in terms of overall. We need 3 defensive ends. Defensive tackle, we're good for the season. Linebacker. Well, let's see. So 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. We need an outside linebacker. Corners, we're good. I mean, look at that. If we keep J.C. Jackson, it's Jackson, Jones, Newsome, and Greedy Williams. Not bad. Not bad at all. And then safeties, we have, like, nobody. We need 2 free safeties. I mean, technically, we can move Ronnie Harrison over. So here, let's go back through. Quarterback, we're okay. Running back, we're okay. We are going to have to move either Wills or Wynn to guard. And it looks like Wills, I mean, he has better acceleration, worse agility. He has more strength, though, does Wills. I feel like that's a better option for the interior. You know? They're about equal in terms of run block. Wills is a bit better in the lead block, but impact blocking is also a little bit better. What do we think? Wills or Wynn to right guard? Or we could move Trent Brown over to guard. Actually, really quickly. Let me check the depth chart. So that's typically what we would do. And let's see if we go over to right guard. Short arms for Wynn. Let's call him the T-Rex. So who is the highest rated right guard? Trent Brown's an 87 at right guard. Wynn's an 83. Wills is an 84. So Brown is technically better. Wills goes from, I think, Wills goes up a point. So does Brown. And Wynn stays the same. Okay, so it should be Wills or Trent Brown. Well, there we go. Problem solved. So it's got to be Wills or Brown. We'll keep Wynn at left tackle. I mean, Brown has pretty shit agility, if we're being honest. He doesn't have very good lead block. We're going to move Trent Brown into the interior here. I think that's the best way to go. Again, we just re-signed him. I don't know if we're going to keep him long-term or not. We'll figure that out. But I think definitely move Trent Brown into the interior is the way to go. With some superstars that are easy to trade for. I haven't really tried to trade for any superstars yet, so I don't have an answer to that, unfortunately. And then we'll move Wills over to the right tackle spot. Man, we have a bunch of players out of Bama, don't we? So again, we got Wynn, and we got Heron, which is fine. I think we are now good to go. Yeah, we're good to go in terms of offensive line depth. I don't need anything there. We are going to need the defensive edge help. Linebacker-wise, we do need an outside linebacker. And then... again, corner, we should be good. I got to see who's better at free safety between those two. Does playbook factor into these trades? Like having a lot of traps counts for lead blocks? I mean, really, right now, it was more so let's get who we can get. In terms of, like, AI logic behind the trades, if they factor that in, man, I don't know. Probably not. But in terms of us right now, it's like, hey, just get the best return we can and then build the team around who we get. As Harrison's a 79, Duggar's a 79, so it doesn't matter where we play them. So I think we'll move Harrison to the other side. And we'll fill out this roster with free agents and then finally get to our next game. It's going to be a rematch against the Jets, and you watch. We'll magically win this time. Somehow, some way. So, Ronnie Harrison, we just acquired him. He just signed a new extension. How long will he actually be? And he's another Alabama guy. You cannot tell me I'm not playing this like Bill Belichick. I have acquired so many players out of Alabama. I have Nick Saban on speed dial. And Made of Glass, thank you very much for the follow. I do appreciate it. So right now our draft picks are a first-round pick of our own. We have Arizona's, we have Cleveland's, and we have Atlanta's. We also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thirds, 2 fourths, 2 fifths, 2 sixths, and a 7th. And next year we have Dallas's 3rd and 4th. Obviously, we will not be making all of those selections. We would get destroyed in terms of bonus money having to be handed out to first-round picks. But it does leave us plenty of options to trade down. The big question is, do we move on from some of those picks now before free agency? But we're going to have so much money in free agency as it is that we should be fine. So, 3rd string quarterback here. I mean, we could bring in Brian Hoyer, but also he can suck it. We could bring in Joe Flacco.
Good for you.
Thank you for the follow as well. We have a good meme. Kurt Benkert, Tommy Stevens, Joe Webb, Chad Kelly, Cooper Rush, Danny Etling. Rawson Thurb is still in, huh? 21 draft picks. I'm not treating it like NHL at all. Let's bring in Joe Flacco for the memes. He can take up a little bit of cap for the rest of the year. Joe Flacco to the Patriots.
Oh, good.
In terms of defensive ends here, Vinny Curry, Ryan Kerrigan, Ziggy Ansah. Actually, you know, the one thing I didn't do with quarterbacks was look to see if there was maybe somebody there that had a good dev pattern. I highly doubt it, though. Highly. Yeah, there's very limited options. We will check in terms of the edge options here, though. Jonathan Ledbetter. No. Jonathan Cooper. No. Jack Heflin. No. And Patrick Johnson. No. He went to Tulane, though. We're signing him. For anybody that missed our NCAA playthrough back in the day, NCAA 13, we took Tulane to glory. And we will always stand by Tulane. Patrick Jones. No. Archibong. Great name, but no.
Oh,
Eric
good
Banks.
for you.
This is probably a gigantic waste of time because teams won't really park anybody that was worthwhile on their practice squad. But hey, you never know. We might catch somebody sleeping here. Walk away with a damn good pickup. Bradley King. And last guy is Hubert. Okay. So, Claiborne. Got Hyder, Blair, Weatherly, Mario Edwards. Magnus Hunt. Margus Hunt. I always said Magnus for some reason. Noah Spence. Deshaun Williamson. Who's the oldest? You got any vets? It is Hunt. Let's bring in the old man, Margus Hunt. Why not? He had a beastly card and mutt back in the day, so hey. Go for him. And left end, Vinny Curry, Ryan Kerrigan, Taco Charlton. Any former Pats that we could bring back? Not really. Let's go for Ryan Kerrigan. We need an outside linebacker. Cameron Wake is available. A couple of 23-year-olds. Might as well just do our due diligence. There's no way any of these guys are going to have decent dev rates. Why not check? All right. So, Nick Vigil, Barkevius Mingo. On the left-hand side, veteran Cameron Wake, Jamal Sheard, Bruce Irvin. Kiko Alonso kicking around. Remember when he was really good for the Bills and pissed me off as a Patriots fan because he was really good? But we could also take someone who was good for the Dolphins. That was Cameron Wake. And then we need 2 safeties to round out this team. Crosswell? I mean, he's 21. It's almost worth taking him just for the fact that he's so young. He has time to be good. Juju Hughes. Elijah Riley. Shyheim Carter. He's from Bama, though. Josh Metellus. Chris Miller. Yeah, no one's going to have a good dev right here. Ben DeLuca. And Crosswell. Nope. And then on the other side, Jacoby Stevens. Not that good. Grayland Arnold. Nope. J.R. Pace. Nope. And Donovan Stinner. No. Alright, oh hey, let's just sign whoever there. I swear to God I read that as Jackie Moon. Brandon Carr, Rashad Jones, Anthony Levine, Cyprian. There's really nobody that I'm like, it has to be this guy. Brandon Carr, Levine. Like, there's no name here where I'm like, yes, you. I was a fan of you. I don't care about any of you. Northwestern, Florida, LSU, Baylor. God damn. Let's just go for, I don't know. Who's the fastest? Ford, Clemson, Ole Miss. Let's go. Let's screw over the Panthers. Screw it. Why not? Sign a practice squad guy away from somebody else. And the safety that we need. Sendejo, Kurt Coleman, Earl Thomas. Chris Banjo. Let's go for Earl Thomas. Why not? Alright, so this team is set. We have pulled off 1,000 bajillion mamillion trades. But we are finally set. And ready for this game. We do actually have to cut 3 players. I had a feeling I might be a little bit over. Let's see what we got. So never mind, we're not set. I lied. I lied to your faces. Let's see. Makes sense to cut a tight end, so sorry to Matt Lacoste. It's not meant to be. Was it 2 players or 3? My short-term memory is apparently hot trash. Much like my football team. It was 3. Okay, we got to get rid of a corner. Oh boy. God, did we get rid of J.C. Jackson? I don't think so. We can't get rid of everybody. The obvious cut here, then, let's get rid of Joe Flacco. Sorry, Joe. You got to wear the jersey for all the 5 seconds. And our final cut, it'll be at wide out. We'll put Trey Nixon back on the practice squad. All right, cool. So now we're set. Officially official. Well, let's take a look at this depth chart. This is going to be a nightmare. So Mac Jones is our undisputed starter. Harris, Stevenson, Taylor, Tim Tebow. Fullback is Tim Tebow, as you would expect. Let's get Asiasi as the other fullback, and let's get Stevenson in there. Third string fullback. Wait, how good was he? He was He's just as good as Osceola. Ooh, Stevenson could have a future at fullback. Wideouts. We are going to run away. Fitzgerald, Jeffrey, Lee, Olszewski, Slater. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? Tight end wise, we're set with Henry and Smith. Isaiah Wynn at left tackle. Onowenu at left guard. Andrews at center. Right guard, Trent Brown. Right tackle, Jedrick Wills Jr. Defensive line, Chase Winovich and Ryan Kerrigan. Defensive tackle, Christian Barmore is the main man there. Linebacker, we're going to be playing Owosu Karamoa as the starter. Middle linebacker, it's Hightower, Bentley, McMillan. On the right, Uche is now the starter. Corners, Jackson Jones, Newsom, Greedy Williams, and Joe Juan Williams, which is sick, actually. Ronnie Harrison with Earl Thomas, Duggar with Bledsoe. This is what happens when you fire sales season 1 5 weeks in, because you say, oh boy, we're going to suck. Tim Tebow is almost good enough to be the third down running back, by the way. He's almost good enough to be the third down back. So this team is going to blow. In terms of scouting college players, we already used up those minutes, if I'm not mistaken. It would have been... No, we did. Okay. Again, we're just trying to scout the best players available. We really can't afford to look at anything specific. Why? You've seen why. We need everything. Absolutely everything. And again, you can't exactly cheese the points this year like you did last year. So when you're not drafting for anything specific, you hope to get first-round talents who are slipping. We are playing the... Are we playing the Dallas Cowboys? Yes, we are. When the hell did that happen? It didn't yet. Oh, good. Now we get to take on Ezekiel Elliott, even though they pass a lot. We're going to get destroyed. Defensive game plan. Well, they pass the ball a lot. And they do run to the outside a lot. Yeah, we got to stop. I agree. We got to stop the outside run of Zeke. Defensively, a lot of coverage, a lot of zone. Definitely try to neutralize DeMarcus Lawrence, although, yeah, just try to neutralize the blitz. Don't let our rookie quarterback get decimated, is all we ask for. And then the game plan for the week is let's try to get an interception. Focus on Barmore, Jones, and Onwenu again. That works for me still. There's no way we're still going to be an 82 overall team. I'm sure it just hasn't reset yet. Time to win out. If we make the playoffs this year. Let's see if we get player upgrades. Ooh, Koromoa already improved. You know what I have to do is double check now what our best scheme fits are. It's the one thing I didn't. Because there is a very good chance. Obviously, it doesn't match up the same way. So let's see. 83 on the vertical run. 87 on the vertical zone run. So vertical zone it is. Base 3-4 is a 90. So that'll be what we run. Vertical zone and the base 3-4. And that way we know whether or not we need to switch up what we upgrade players in. So, Koromoa. You're never going to be a good power rusher, but let's make you better at it. Make you a more well-rounded player instead of worrying outright about overall. Again, we don't know how good he is. And then Christian Barmore. Make you better as a run stopper. He's a 75. +3 play recognition. Still hasn't played enough downs to know how good he is. Fair enough. So, after all of that, I think we're good to see what happens against Dallas. Interview question. Hightower's in the final year of his contract. Has turned down your contract offers so far. I'd like to think we're not too far apart. I think we'll figure it out. As well, the one thing I haven't done in terms of managing the team. You look at the stadium, AJ. Yes, I am. Always. Apparently Gillette's falling apart. News to me. Focus on what's in the red first. Let's upgrade the bathrooms. We'll upgrade the seating. And that is enough money spent for this season. Thank you. And team value. Just to double check these. I haven't been to them yet. I'm sure they're obviously the same exact thing that they were previously. So we're now 20th overall in team value, apparently, with everybody else. I need to check how much money, like, you know, what the ticket prices and everything happen to be, so that we can adjust those. You know.
Oh, good for you!
Mr. McT, who's to say? Thank you for the follow. Let's see what we got. Probably going with lower ticket value this year, right? Funny thing is, everything is still listed at good value. Fair enough. We pretty much want what the most amount of money is that can be considered good value. So we're actually going to raise the prices because I am a horrible person, apparently. So yeah, whatever the maximum amount of money can be that's considered good value is normally what I go for. Get more people. Oh, good, a Cam Newton signed football. Put that on the clearance section. And I got back to you on Twitter, by the way, if you're still awake. Yeah, normally the attitude of, hey, get more people to buy at a lower price than less people to buy at a decent price. Or a decent amount of people to buy at a decent price. So I always look for good value with stuff like this. Yeah, I forgot to set this stuff earlier in the year, so apparently we don't have a 4-star option there. Team revenue, apparently we've lost some money, but that's, I mean, we did the upgrades, that makes sense. Let's finally get to this game against the Cowboys. If they don't win, we're down to an 80 now, it says. If they don't win by 70 points, it is an outright failure, and the Cowboys should be forced to fold. Which is fantastic. Pats by 3, right? Pats by 3. Here comes Mac and what's left of the Patriots. Here comes Mac and what's left of the Patriots. Oh, goodness. Goodness. Come on, Mac. I believe in you.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between
helicopters. It's not always the Jets fly over. Sometimes it's helicopters. We should do that when we play the Jets, just to rub salt in the wound.
Has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room.
Oh goodness, the stadium does look beautiful. This team, there's so many new names and numbers, it's impossible to keep track. But here we are.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Here we are.
We look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
Trying to right the ship, yet you don't say. Let's see how well that works out for us. It won't. Not well, at least.
And stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visitors,
we got Dak,
the
we got
Cowboys,
Zeke.
They too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
This is rough.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory.
This is going to be real rough, as we always do through the first quarter. 7-0 Dallas, 7-7. Oh my God, we're winning. How? How are we winning? Cooper with a 13-yard touchdown pass. Marquise Lee. And then a field goal. Beautiful. AJ, I did indeed. How are we winning? In fact, the Cowboys might just have to cowboy here. Let's go to the half. 13-7. 14-13. Dallas leads by 1 at the half. Let's go to the fourth. 16-14 New England. All right, change of possession. Touchdown, Pats. 13 yards to Ramondre Stevenson. We're up by 9. You gotta be joking. What can Dallas do on this drive? Nothing. They're forced to punt. This is incredible. We just fire sold the team. We're up by 9. Can we make it more? 5 yards for Ramondre. 12 yards for Marquise Lee. Franchise is very promising. Marquise Lee another 12 yards. Tim Tebow picks up 8 yards. The dream. Who needs good players? We got God on our side. This is incredible. Handoff. First down. Damian Harris. So franchise mode still isn't complete. They have other patches they're putting out in about a month or so, apparently. But it's still looking okay. Handoff here, up the middle. Damian Harris over 100 yards. Full momentum in terms of the crowd in our favor. Look at them, they're going nuts. The clock is ticking. Beautiful. The pitch out to the left. Horrible blocking. Tried to roll out of it. And it'll be a loss of 3. And Godchaux, who we just traded to the Cowboys, is hurt. Goes from bad to worse for Dallas. My goodness.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
All right.
9:31
to go. It's 2nd and 13. In the red zone here. Handoff. Plenty of space to the outside. Damian Harris. Damian Harris. We got rid of Shaq Mason, and the O-line still looking good.
Oh,
to the
good
9.
for you.
Appreciate the follow, by the way. Come on, Mac. Over the middle, first down. Let's go. I can't believe this. Oh, I can't believe this. Oh my God, are we actually going to beat the Cowboys after trading away 90% of our team? This is unbelievable.
So frustrating defensively. You're a play away from getting that football.
Get some NCAA 13 replays there. Just skipped into his hand. Ball on the 4.
Otherwise, this one will probably get away from him.
Come on. Come on. Hand off. Run up the middle. Touchdown, Patriots. Oh my God. Damian Harris. The Patriots in the fortress known as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough are steamroll, aside from when Tom Brady beat us here, but that's the exception. My God. What a drive. What a play. We're going to beat the Dallas Cowboys. Unless they just go nuts here in the final few minutes. 2-point conversion's good. Is that Lee? No, it was Jonnu Smith. Oh my God. We traded away everybody.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to.
Dallas is going full Dallas. That is the only thing. That is the only way to describe this. Stifled at the 22, 21 even. I have to see this play out. I cannot believe this. Here, let's see what they do on this drive. What can Dallas do? 13 yards to CeeDee Lamb. 25 to Zeke. Oh boy. 24 to CeeDee Lamb. Okay. Let's calm down here with those gains, Dak. Let's calm down. And off to the left, shut him down.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
Kill more time, boys. Kill more time.
And it brings up 2nd and goal.
Come on. Hand off to Zeke. Shut down again. They're up to the 5. 5.5 to go. Come on. Empty backfield for Dak. Looking to roll out. He's going to go down. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh,
It's 4th and goal. Above average. You're way above average in my heart. Thank you for the follow. We obliterated this team. And they are on the verge of beating the Dallas Cowboys. Is that Marcus Hunt, of all people?
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and
This is
goal.
incredible. Dak rolling out. Dak steps up, throws intercepted.
Prescott, his 3rd interception.
Donta Hightower. 2 picks. He's going nowhere. Donta Hightower stays.
That interception,
Or maybe his value just went up. Easiest pick of his career for Donta Hightower. Never a chance to catch that. Oh my God. In terms of what edition you order, I mean, it comes down to, I think, just how much you do in terms of MUT, right? As far as I know, that's what all the bonuses are. This game's over. This game is over. One more drive. That is it. That is it. Oh, Mike McCarthy, you are just not good. Mac Jones leads the New England Patriots B squad to a win at home. Incredible. There are franchise points. Yeah, that's fair. There are. As dumb as those are. Like, hey, you want to be able to cheese your way into a better scouting department? Dude, we had more rushing yards. What the hell? Right, big boy? Oh my God. I'm gonna get copywritten for it, but it's perfect. It's perfect. Play the I'm gonna have to play the song. I cannot believe I didn't think that we would win a game for the rest of the season. And we just beat Dallas in one of our more convincing wins of the year. Play the music. It's the dumbest. It's the dumbest. We might have to adopt that as a song for this team. Mac Jones outduels Dak, who throws 3 picks. Mac Jones might be the best quarterback in the world. Damian Harris just runs over everybody. Marquise Lee in his first game, 7 receptions, 81 yards, and a touchdown. This is absurd. What a goddamn game. I have no idea what's going to happen with this team as Onwenu gets a boost here. I mean, I did not think we'd be this slow and steady through our first season, but we ended up watching a few more games to try to get a look at the gameplay. And then obviously we decided to trade away everybody. And it's left us in this absolutely absurd situation as we head into week 7. And we have a potential breakout player. Jalen Waddle got hurt. And of course they're going to have all the alerts about our trades. Who is this potential breakout player as we host the Jets? Damian Harris. One good game for Damian Harris. And he has the chance. 150 yards. And Damian Harris goes superstar. 150 yards for Damian Harris. We have players who are ready to negotiate as well. I was going to call it there, but I don't think we can yet. We got to figure out what's up with Donta Hightower and J.C. Jackson. Again, nobody had interest in Hightower, and after that game, we got to keep him. He wants a little bit more money, and we'll give it to him because we'll have the money to sign him. We'll go for a 20, and I know it's cut off right now. We'll go for what is a $26 million offer. And Donta Hightower's coming back. What about J.C. Jackson, who also wants more money? We'll get him to about a $51 million offer. And JC still wants more money. Fitz, we know we're already going to get rid of. Jeffrey, Thomas, Wake, all of these guys, all of our random free agent signings will be dropped. Nick Folk can go. And obviously some of those other guys we still can't negotiate with. Man. So the big thing, the big question is whether or not, as we are in first in the AFC East at 3-3, we could still make the playoffs. The big question is whether or not Damian Harris goes superstar. And we will find out tomorrow.